Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to be talking about distractions and how we can overcome it. So I'm going to read to you Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42 real quick, and then we are going to dive in from there. As Jesus and the disciples continued on their way to Jerusalem, they came to a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. Her sister Mary sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he taught. But Martha was distracted by the big dinner she was preparing. She came to Jesus and said, "Lord, doesn't it seem unfair to you that my sister just sits here while I do all the work? Tell her to come and help me." But the Lord said to her, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worthy of being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken away from her." How often are we distracted by the things of this world? All the time. The definition of distracted is divides attention, prevents concentration, and to draw away from. So this draw away from reminded me of draw near to. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you." So here's what I want you to do. Pause this video for a minute and read James chapter 4, verses 1 through 10. If you don't have a Bible in front of you, there's an app on your phone called the YouVersion Bible app. Pull that up, my favorite app I have on my phone. And so pause this and read James chapter 4, verses 1 through 10. Okay, you paused, you read it. It's good stuff, right? So that's what we're going to dive into today. It is so easy to be distracted. It's so easy to put our energy into other things. Right now, I feel like my energies are going towards building this new house, worrying about how to pay for it, and then being distracted by all of the things to put inside of it. What are you worried about right now? What are you putting your energy into? What things have you distracted? And the question for today is, how do we overcome these distractions? Proverbs 3:34 says, "The Holy Spirit helps us by giving us continual grace if we are humble enough to receive it." Humble yourself before God. Let God work His will in you. When you do this, you are going to meet resistance. Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in this dark world, and against evil spirits in the heavenly places." There's a real war going on. So as you draw close to God, you're going to feel resistance. If you are focusing on becoming less distracted by the things of this world and drawing closer to God, I can almost guarantee that you are going to be more distracted and more tempted by Pinterest and Target than ever before. Yell a loud no to the devil. He is going to lie to you. He is going to tell you that you're not enough, that you're unqualified, that you have done too many bad things, or he's going to tell you that you're kind and you're a good person and that's enough. All of these are lies. You are enough because of Jesus. You are qualified because of Jesus. You are forgiven of much because of Jesus. Even on our very best day, we all sin and we all fall short of the glorious standard that God has. We all need Jesus. So when you meet this resistance, be encouraged, because it means that God is at work in you and the enemy is just pissed. As you're working through this, quietly say a simple yes to God. That's really what's needed, is a yes to God. Draw near to him and he will draw near to you. Humble yourselves before him. Admit your sin. Admit the things of this world that you've chosen over him, and sincerely tell him you're sorry. Then he will lift you up and he will give you purpose. So back in Luke chapter 10, one of the versions says that Mary was hanging on to every word that Jesus said. This is where I want my focus to be. I want to hang on to every word that he says, and I am willing to fight for this. I am willing to draw near to him and say no to distractions. So a couple of questions for you this morning. Again, where are you putting your energy? What are you worrying about? And what is distracting you? Take some time to just wrestle with those questions. Talk to God about them. Have him reveal the answers to you. And ultimately, the choice is yours. It's up to you. I choose Jesus. He's better than everything in this world. What's your choice? I love you. I'm praying for you. I hope you have a great day, and I hope that this message encouraged you. Bye.